The first thing to look at is the label. Does it say Fermín? Then you are assured to have a true Spanish delicacy. Follow these instructions to correctly prepare your ham. Once the ham is set in the stand and is at room temperature, it's time to start slicing. To slice the Fermín ham, you will need 2 knives, one long and flexible, and the other shorter, wider, and rigid. To begin, you create a notch 2 fingers width below the elbow. This will start a proper trim process. The first cut has to be straight, while the second will be at an angle. You will remove the external fat until getting to the pink color fat. With a rigid knife, remove the external skin and rancid fat from both parts of the ham. Leave a minimum ½ inch of fat surrounding the ham to keep the ham from becoming dry. Since we are slicing the whole ham, we have placed the ham in the stand with the widest part up. If you are not going to slice the whole piece in a reasonably short time, then start it from the narrow side. With a rigid knife, find the meat. Once finding the meat, you will change tools. Keep the external fat, as it's used to both preserve open-face cuts and can be very useful in certain recipes. If you don't slice a whole ham, use that fat to cover the cut and protect the meat from drying out. Alternatively, you can preserve the meat with olive oil and a bit of plastic wrap over the sliced surface. It's time to start slicing this wonder. The cut has to be flat so that the slices are very thin, although not nearly as thin as other cured meats are sliced, such as prosciutto, and no longer than 3–4 centimeters. Please, before carving the ham, take your own safety measures. Be extremely careful with the knife, and place your ham away from the tool at all times, holding the leg or the base, always from the blade of the knife. When beginning to slice, you will realize that the ham has an intense marbling. That's the magic of the Fermín ham. The fat is extremely flavorful and healthy, since it's high in good cholesterol or HDL. Also, the fat will melt in your mouth smoothly, with a rich and long flavor which makes this ham a cut-off. After many slices, you'll find the hip bone. Using the edge of the short knife, cut around the bone so that you can slice that part of the ham. Follow the bone shape. Now, since you have separated the meat from the bone, you won't find any problem getting those last slices. The second bone found is the femur. Once you get this bone, it will mean that it's time to start slicing the second half of the ham. You still have a lot of jamón to enjoy. Once you set the ham in the stand or jamonera, you have to start, as you did previously, removing the external fat. Also, you soon realize that this part has less marbling, but it still has a meltingly nutty taste. Before carving or eating, bring the ham to room temperature. Remember that the ham has its best flavor at room temperature. The fat will soften and the taste complexity develops, so do not slice or serve it cold. Finally, you just need some bread, a full-bodied red wine such as a Rioja or Ribera del Duero, and your own fingers, as we do in Spain, to state the Fermín Ibérico ham, the best ham ever made. Enjoy this wonder, one of the first of its kind in the US. Follow these instructions and let us know if you need more information or more hams. Enjoy!